Hello, everybody. Again, it's Michelle, and I am making a ton of videos because I've had all these ideas come to me, and I'm so excited. So, one of the topics that I would like to talk about, um, I got the idea watching some videos about ethics in spellcraft and paying for services, etc., etc., etc. And I saw some videos, maybe it was just a video, where someone said um, that you can just send healing out to people and that nobody would see healing as bad, so that's okay. And that is where this has come from because I've talked about this before with friends, but I thought that this should be a really interesting topic to discuss. And people will definitely have different opinions, but I'm not here to get people angry. I want people to talk about this. So I will say that because I do have very firm opinions, um, but I still think this is an interesting subject. So I believe that if you are going to perform magic for someone, you need to ask. You can't just cast for someone who hasn't asked you for your magic. Um, I think that is essentially, and I use the term loosely, black magic. I have been taught that black magic is simply doing magic against someone's will. Period. It doesn't have a good or bad connotation. It's just against someone's will. And that would include things like praying or you're giving somebody healing when they didn't ask you for it. Now, there could be very specific situations where this wouldn't be the case. Like if you have children, you can do magic for them. They are your children. That is okay. When it comes to protecting your car, if you're protecting your car and others are in your car, they're protected under that, and so that's fine too. Um, but and then possibly, although this hasn't come up in my teaching or just thought process really until now, but maybe if there's somebody who is in um, like a very serious hospitalization situation where they cannot respond, um, then maybe that could be okay too. But it's just like, you know, I just don't think that it's right to send people healing or anything for that matter if they haven't asked for it already. And it's just like my mentor said that Christians tend to be the worst offenders when it comes to black magic because they're always saying, "I'll pray for you, I'll pray for you," and she said that she pretty much says, "I didn't ask you to pray for me, and that's black magic where I come from, so don't do that. I didn't ask for your prayers. I don't want your blessings." And I don't know, that makes a lot of sense to me because a lot of people force their will on you by praying for you. Oh, I hope that you get better. And sure, does everybody want to be at their physical best? Yeah, I'm sure they do. But it's not your job as a practitioner to force that onto somebody else. Magic isn't just this idea, it's a very real thing. And that's why it's important, I think, as well to set up things like wards. One of those wards that's very popular is a witch's bottle. Witch's bottles, you can look up different ways to make them all over the place, um, but typically they involve, you know, personal effects like physical, like your hair, your nail clippings, skin, menstrual blood, semen, urine, all of those things because that is you. That is your essence. And you also would put things like rusty nails and glass and other sharp objects and um, things that you would like to have protected. You put them all in this jar and you bury it somewhere away from where you are and never tell anybody about it. That is supposed to be your decoy. So if people do send you this stuff, it goes to that jar, not you. That's the idea behind a witch's bottle. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that it's well intentioned to want healing for somebody, but it's not ethical, in my opinion, to just send people stuff that they didn't ask for. That's why whenever I need something or a little bit of extra oomph from some other practitioners, I ask. My friends don't just, or I think, as far as I know, my friends do not cast for me if I don't ask. If I want a little bit of extra protection, I'll ask, and my friends will do that. If they need anything from me, they know that they can ask me. And I was in that situation the other night. I left Chris invoking the balance. I was visiting her, and I left her home, and I was driving 2 hours back to my house, and the wind was just awful, and it was scary, and um, cars were blowing all over the road. Nobody was staying in their lane. It got pretty dangerous, and I was already on the road, and I did need to go home because I had work the next day. So I decided to make a stop, and I called her, and I asked her to contact another friend who lives far away, and I asked for protection and a little bit of weather magic to calm down the wind so that I could get home. And it happened. Now, if I never asked for that, but my friends knew that I was traveling and that the wind was going to be bad, and they cast for me to get home safely, first of all, I don't know how that would have actually gone down. And second of all, it's just against my will. Even good intentions can be against somebody's will. Not everybody wants help all the time. So I think that doing that is not ethical, magically speaking. I'm pretty sure that people are going to disagree with me. I don't disagree with me. I think that what I'm saying makes perfect sense. Um, I have a friend actually who's very sick right now, and or healing from surgery, but still in a lot of pain. But I ask permission every time to light a candle and send healing, because that is appropriate. That's nice. That's polite, I suppose. Um, anyway, I guess I could talk forever about this, but I'll stop right here. And I just want your opinion. Do you think it is ethical to send somebody something that you think is good, even though they haven't asked for it? I think that that is against their will, and that is not correct. But I know that everybody has opinions. So I would like to see what everybody else has to say. Again, I would ask that everybody keep it civil. This isn't to start a big bitch fest on YouTube. I just think that we need discussion back on this community, because we don't have a lot of that. And everybody has their opinion. We need to remember that. And even if you completely disagree with it, that's fine. You don't have to agree with everybody. We just need to all respect each other. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing your responses, and I'll talk to you later.